I think it's very important that we understand our posture and position for change when we're considering how do we walk more closely with Jesus and what do we do specifically to become our best. Our posture, I use that term to reflect on where we're currently at in relationship to where we desire to go. So it's like we're making a mental note of what that gap is, or where we are versus where we'd like to be. It's our readiness. Our position is our alignment with kingdom laws and principles. I said earlier that you can't expect to get a harvest if you're not giving. We're out of alignment with kingdom principles. We're not in position to receive the blessing. We may understand the gap. We may say, okay, the gap for me is I need to understand more about, I want to be a clinical psychologist, for example. So I'm going to go take a course in Psychology 101, and that will help posture me for further the skill development that I need. However, if I'm out of alignment with the kingdom laws and principles, if I'm not loving my neighbor as myself, if I'm not giving, if I'm judging and being critical of others, I am completely out of position. Although I'm completely working on my posture, nothing's going to happen. And that's a true fact, but a lot of people don't understand that because they get confused that there are both there's natural skill development and spiritual skill development. The world focuses on natural skills. It tells you that this is what you need to get from point to A to point B, and it's typically those trade skills, those types of things. In the kingdom of God, God looks at our praise, our worship, our honor. It's that bundled package based on covenant relationship, as I said before, versus competition. So you have to understand your posture and your position. You always want to be in right alignment. This is why God says in Matthew 6:33, he says, "Seek ye first the kingdom of God and his righteousness," and his right standing. You want to be in right standing with God in order for the kingdom to open up to you. Okay? So that's your position, your right standing with God, according to his ways, according to his rules. So you're in position now. You've lined up for the blessing. Now that simple thing, the posture, you don't have that skill. You haven't acquired that thing. God can train you in that. Don't worry about that so much. But the world has it backwards often. We spend a lot of time on the posture and can be out of position. And if you're out of position, the blessing will never flow. The devotional, I would say, is a key tool and helps people stay in position. It starts from a basis of being in right standing and relationship with God. The devotion starts out with prayer, then walks us through some specific steps and learnings for the day. Each daily learning is a lesson that's related to a kingdom principle. They may seem very simple. You may have heard it before, but now you can come to understand that it is a law. It is a kingdom principle. You don't want to violate this. You don't want to just say, yeah, I heard about giving. I know I'm supposed to give thanks. I know I'm supposed to praise, and simply give it mental assent, have it rest in your mind and not hit your heart. You want to understand that they're simple because the kingdom of God were to come like in a childlike fashion, but they are the principles that make the kingdom work. So I start the devotion out with alignment, showing you how to be in position. And then there's a section where I talk you through natural skills versus spiritual skills, so you get a further understanding of the relationship of those things.